Thank you for joining me today, where I am going to be sharing with you how to make your own oil blends for anointing your body temple, anointing your candles, your magical pouches and implements, whatever you wish, that you can wear for meditation and ritual or in your day-to-day life as well. I'm going to share with you how to blend your oils together, how to pick quality essential oils, how to get an idea of what your blend is going to smell like before you actually mix everything together, and some things that you can do to cut your oil down a little bit. If this sounds like this is something that is of interest to you, stick with me because we are about to get witchy. There are a lot of essential oils out there that give us the impression that they are pure essential oils when in fact they're not. So I'm just going to share with you some of the things that you may want to be on the lookout for when you're purchasing your oils, if it is important to you that you are using a pure essential oil. When you have a good quality essential oil, you will be able to know that it is probably a good quality if it tells you. For instance, this one says cedar wood, 100% pure essential oil. Okay, but how do we know? Okay, oftentimes you have to look at the ingredients, okay, and here the ingredients are 100% cedarwood oil. Another indication of whether or not an essential oil is pure is it will also give the botanical name. Now let me just take an example. So here it is saying 100% pure essential oil, therapeutic grade. You'll see that a lot, and when you see it, at first you're going to think that's high quality. Well, the term therapeutic grade doesn't mean anything. It's a marketing ploy that was invented to give the illusion that an oil is pure. And then when I look on this bottle, there's no other information given. There's no ingredients list, botanical name. It just says 100% pure essential oil, and then the name of the oil, therapeutic grade. Okay, so looking at this right away, I know that this is not 100% pure, okay? And another indication that it is not 100% pure is that you can get a bunch of these. I think it was 12 of these for $30. So, okay, the amount of the herb or the flower that it takes to create a very small amount of essential oil is incredible. It's an enormous amount. Say rose oil or something like that, one of the more popular oils. If you see rose oil for like 10 bucks for a bottle, you can be positive that is not pure essential oil. Another way you can tell is by when you feel the oil, and when I rub it together, just after a few little rub, the oil is pretty much gone. There, I can smell it. It smells amazing, but my fingers feel pretty much dry, and the oil itself is not slippery. Whereas if I take this therapeutic grade and I put it on my skin, now this has a very slippery feel to it. So I know that they've added some form of vegetable oil or some other mix into this to it, okay? And I'm still rubbing and it's still very oily, okay? Whereas, I don't know if you could see the difference in my fingers here. This is the actual pure essential oil, and this is the fake stuff. So just beware. I mean, if it's not important to you, then don't worry about it. But if you want to get pure essential oils, be on the lookout for those things. You know, there's no way you're gonna get 12 of them for 30 bucks or anything like that. I'm getting what I paid for. And it is up to me now to further cut these down if it's necessary for the purpose of whatever I decide to use it for, okay? So if it's something that we're going to put directly on our skin, some of them are advisable that you cut them with a little bit of oil, but not too much, because then you're taking away. When you are making a ritual oil, you can decide how you're going to approach that. If you want to meditate, that's often how I do it. I will go into meditation, I will connect with the spirit that I want to create an oil for the purpose of connecting with them and bringing their essence into my ritual working or on my body temple or whatever it may be. So I will go into a meditation and receive that from the actual spirits themselves. And then I do my research after. You know, sometimes they surprise you, and your intuition is really key here when you're making your own. So when you're making an oil blend to anoint your candles and things like that, you will pick the ones that you're drawn to or that you received in meditation, or if you're making one, let's say for love, to draw love into your life, or in whatever fashion, or you know, something to bring out the sexual goddess in you, or whatever it may be. You'll choose scents that mean that to you. I'm going to make a blend, put together a moon goddess blend. So what does the moon goddess mean to me? And you can put together any blend that you wish as well. So how do you know what it's going to smell like before you already blend it? If you're like me and you're buying the expensive stuff because you want the good stuff, you know, you don't want to make a horrible error and waste a bunch of your precious oils, right? So I'm going to start with musk, sandalwood, and some geranium. That's what I'm thinking that I want. But how do I know what it's going to smell like and if I'm going to regret my decision? I'll show you my tips and tricks. So I'm going to start with sandalwood and musk. I'm going to hold the bottles together and smell them together. And yes, sandalwood and musk together is a scent that is very pleasing to me. So I'm going to try adding some geranium. I'm not sure about those together, so I'm going to go back to sandalwood and musk. Yes, I'm sure the geranium is just not working. Let's try some lemongrass oil. I'm pretty set on the sandalwood and the musk. Ooh la la, that smells divine. So I think I am pretty set on sandalwood, musk, and lemongrass oil. For this blend, I would either put, if it's an oil that I plan on wearing every day, which I do a lot, I would put it in a roll-on bottle. Here I have a self-love oil that I created for my shop. This one is mine. So you can put them, you know, right into a bottle with a roll-on, and then you can just wear it like you do your perfume. Or you can do the same thing with this one. Because I am probably going to use this not only for candles and sachets that I make, mojo bags, to anoint different things that I want to infuse with that energy. In addition to anointing my body temple with it, I am going to put just no more than about a tablespoon of a mixer oil, a carrier oil. It can be almond oil, it can be rose oil, rosehip oil. It really depends on you. Okay, I like to use a very, very pure olive oil. There's no smell to it. I get it at Costco. When I make different blends and I'm in the mood, like I'm in the zone, because I will often go into a meditative trance when I'm creating these blends, I will just pop that cap right off, because I find I use a lot of essential oils every day to create my blends. So I'm just gonna pop these caps off for now. Okay, so 1 part sandalwood, 1 part lemongrass. Lemongrass is pretty strong. You put as much as you like, and then musk. Now, the musk oil that I use, and I'm I think most musk oil out there nowadays is synthetic. That's the only synthetic thing that I use in my products. Otherwise, I wouldn't use musk oil, real musk oil. I think it's unethical. So this musk oil is amazing though. Oh, it's divine. And I find spirits and deities alike accept it just fine. This smells beautiful, really, really beautiful. However, I feel that there is a little something missing, so I'm thinking of adding some jasmine in there. How do I know that I'm not going to regret it? Well, I'm going to put the 2 bottles together now. Ooh, and always remember, before you use your oils or your perfumes, your roll-ons, whatever, your body sprays, ritual sprays, you'll want to tap them on your palm to mix them. They say vigorous shaking isn't really good for the oils themselves, so just about 13 or so taps on the palm will mix everything up nicely. And this smells like a dream, so I am absolutely thrilled with this. And you'll have to remember that less is more when it comes to essential oils. I learned that the hard way back in the 80s when I first started to make my own blends, and I just wanted to like cram all I could in there, and then it can be an expensive mistake. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil to my mix to just soften it down a little bit. And this is the oil that I like to use. I find it has no smell to it, so I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit to my blend, about a tablespoonful. Perfect. So I'm feeling that I want to add some juniper berries. So I have some juniper berries here, and I'm going to add about 3. Sometimes I add crystals and herbs. For this today, I'm just going to add some of my juniper berries. I love adding juniper to it because over time the smell of the juniper berries start to come out, and sometimes we get a little bit of color in there. Not too much though, nothing that'll stain your clothes. And I think I'm going to put one little baby rosebud in there, and this will keep for about 6 months or so. Going to give that a tap. If you're not going to use it all up, you don't think, within the 6 months, you can add a little bit of pure vitamin E oil to it to expand the life expectancy of their oils. My oils don't really last very long. I use them as perfumes, and I'm a spellcaster, and I use them, you know, daily in my spells and such. So that's how you make an oil blend. And until next time, I wish you dark and wild blessings.